Orientation is lit. Wait, I don't know what this means. Please rotate the guys back. Okay. Hey guys. Hey girl. Hey, hey boys, girls. Hey, hey everybody. So this is the Google Show. Thank y'all for joining. So I said that I was going to be talking about. If you guys follow me on Instagram, there was a lady who said that, she just didn't know what to do with this situation with this guy that she'd been dating. She was dating a guy for. She was dating this guy for however many years, however much time, and they broke up. No, she this was her baby daddy. So baby daddy, I think, was however many years ago, like maybe she when they were like 20 or something like that, and now she's dating a guy, and he's 26, and she is 41, and she was saying that she felt like the relationship and everything was great, but it turned into one of those things where he stepped out. I guess there was some infidelity, and they broke up, and so now she's deciding, should I get back with Odie but Goodie? I named him Odie, way too young. Thank you, Melissa. I named him Odie but Goodie, or should she get back with the young man? She was saying the young man is saying he's sorry and blah blah blah. But personally, I do think that's too young too, and I said that I wasn't gonna give my opinion, so I'm not gonna give no more of my opinion until I hear from you guys. If you have not read what I what this is about, go to my Instagram page and read the story, read up on it. I can't read it and talk to you all at the same time. Sorry, this is not like a real show. It's not produced, so I don't have cue cards. I'm just going. But yeah, she was the young lady again was explaining that the gentleman, she just didn't know what to do, and I know I have my opinion, but I'm gonna let some of y'all chime in first and give y'all opinion before I give my opinion, and I'm gonna tell you why, because I too am 41 years old, and I get it. Like I get it. Um I get wanting to, be with somebody, wanting to, make the best choice. And like, what is the best choice? You try to do things based on, what you feel is right, what's mature, what's whatever. I feel like to some degree she was giving a lot of, because we furthered the conversation in my DMs, and I felt like she was giving a lot of credit, if you will, or a lot of attention to the fact that her and this guy, her ex boyfriend, the 26-year-old, she was saying that her and that particular guy had chemistry that her and the first guy didn't have. The other guy is 44. He's mature. He's got his stuff together. Always been pretty consistent, but there's not really like romance or that sort of thing there. So I guess I just want to ask you guys, like, what's important? Like, is romance important? Is connection important? What's more important to you guys? I have my opinion, but I'm gonna hold off for a little while because I want to hear your opinion. I want to hear what you guys have to say about this before yeah, so Neon, I don't know, Queen Boss, you said I think she needs to move on to a whole new guy. So if you notice at the end of the conversation with her and the guy, I said, "Oh, why do you feel like these are the only two you can choose from?" Because sometimes you just kind of have a tendency to go with what's convenient, even if you don't realize that you are doing that. Like you don't realize you're going with what's convenient. Because you're busy, we have lives, and so it's just like if somebody is here and they kind of make sense. Oh, okay, cool, and we'll kind of make up the rest in our head. I mean, they're here, they're a man, they're human, so I can go with what's comfortable. That's right. Thank you. We go with what's comfortable, and I'm like, okay, but is that the best, or is there more out there? Is there something out there that's beyond what's comfortable or what's convenient, what's just romantic but not romantic and responsible? Like, is there more out there? Again, I don't want to say too much because I have my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys have to say. And I promised her that my intelligent, helpful, amazing followers were going to chime in and they were going to give good advice. So, my question is, there no chemistry, then why prolong the same situation? No, okay, this is the thing. She said that that person had kind of, her ex, that guy had stepped in and out here and there. Um, oh, okay. Oh, Rochelle, okay. Do all those exclamation points mean you're fussing at me? Because I'm scared. Connection is important. Respect, physical attraction. That's the way I read it. Okay, because you have all these exclamation points. But anyway, if you meant it a different way, then write it a different way, and I'll read it differently. But I get what you're saying. Respect physical attraction. I do believe in physical attraction. I think that's important. But I personally have never experienced a person saying, or any couple saying, we stayed together because the sex was good. We stayed together because we're physically attracted to each other. We stayed together because the romance was whatever. Like all that kind of stuff fades off over time. So, if I hear someone who says that our marriage lasted because the sex was amazing, and so we've been married for 25 years, and the main thing that makes us stay together is sex. Then if I hear someone say that, then I will respect that But for someone who's saying respect physical attraction, I understand that. I want you to tell me of people that you know that have been married 20 plus years, and they can say that the main factor that caused them to stay together was physical attraction. Not to say that it on a scale of 1 to 10 it should be zero, but I just want to know who can say that was the number one. I know, Rochelle. I want someone to tell me if that was the number one reason why they stayed together, and that was the determining factor. And I say that for a reason. Melissa says if she's looking for a long term, then let that young boy go. Okay. Now I'm starting giving my opinion. I agree with that because I think that people that are 26 should be with people that are 26 because you guys can grow and stuff together. But when you're 41, not saying that you won't grow anymore because I believe you're either grown, you grow until you die, and if you're not growing, then you are dying. So I believe in that there should be constant growth, but I don't think that I think the rate at which a 26-year-old grows and a 41-year-old grows is just too different. And I personally am not. I don't. To me, honestly, you ain't been through enough. You ain't been through enough. Sometimes your money is new and your success is new, and you don't even know what it is to fail and to be flat on your back and then to come back. Like you don't. I need you to go through a few of those things first. And just be a little older. But I personally couldn't do it with a 26-year-old. But I get it. Yeah. Anyway, um, the 26-year-old has a lot of growing to do. If she's 41, she needs a seasoned man. I agree. I've never heard someone say that. Physical attraction phase. That's exactly. Sex is important, but not everything in a relationship. Sex gets old and situations happen, but love is forever. Absolutely. I would just throw the whole man away and start over. So why is the guy her age and ex? You know what, Dana? That's what I asked, and she said, at that time that they were dating, they were younger, like 22 and whatever, and it just kind of fell off. She was just it just fell off, and I said, oh well, you should consider picking it back up because, in my opinion, I'm 41, and I have learned that I put so much emphasis on physical attraction. And I've dated guys. If you saw the guys I dated, they don't all have the same look or whatever. They're good looking, but they don't all have the same look. And I gave passes to guys because I was so attracted to them, was so romantic, and I was so, I gave certain guys passes because of that I would not give to somebody that I probably wasn't physically attracted to. So then I had to ask myself, are you placing more value on physical attraction than on things that would make for a great partner in life? For example, somebody who is responsible, somebody who is stable, somebody who hasn't been in a million relationships. And sometimes people learn from being in a lot of relationships. And sometimes what people learn from being in a lot of relationships is that they can't settle down if they ever realize that's what that is. But personally, I was giving too much, putting too much emphasis and giving like too much. Uh, I was giving too many passes for the guy that made me feel a certain type of way. And I'm just like, well, from here on out, I want to choose maturity. I want to choose maturely. I want to choose based on what's going to make for a good life partner in terms of raising children, building a family together, growing old together, understanding each other, growing, evolving. Like at the end of the day, dimples and swag don't really do that. And sometimes you may have a guy with a good job, dimples and swag. Okay, but I still don't think I think that it takes more than that, and I think that overall as a society we put a lot of emphasis on the looks and that sort of thing, and we have a tendency to romanticize romance. Like we have a tendency to kind of be hyped on romance because that's what we're taught, but we're not. But a lot of times those things are not what keep relationships alive. I'm not saying they should be drab and you shouldn't be attracted to them and you should have no fun, but I think those are more things you can learn. You can't teach someone to have character. And a lot of times, if somebody is 40 years old and they don't know how to save money, they might not learn. If they don't have good integrity, they might not learn that. So I'm willing to take those things, integrity and character and good communication skills and stuff like that. And then maybe we can kind of learn and read some books on romance and that sort of thing because the character and communication and integrity are the things that last. But this ain't about me. This is about the guy. Okay. I'm wondering if the older man is always in and out and such a good catch. Why wait? Should she be settling if she well, okay, this is what she said. She said that at the time, okay, so they dated for a little while and then they kind of just fell off, like some less than a year, and then they just kind of fell off. She said when he came back into the picture, she was pregnant with pregnant and had a boyfriend and has had one since. And so he kind of pops in and out. Again, I don't understand, like, why didn't you let him pop in and stay in? Or maybe she's just evolved to that age and to that place in life where now she finds value in what it is he offers. I don't know, but I definitely think that the young guy is not a good idea. He was young, he was cheated. A lot of times, he cheated. A lot of times, young guys got to get a good amount of cheating out of them. Definitely the older ones too. But I just think the age difference. There's so much growth that needs to happen there. And if you want to be on that roller coaster, fine. But but know that it's going to happen because you do grow a lot. You're not who you were in your 20s, and he is not going to be who he is in his 30s and in his 40s, who he is now. So all up and down, it just ain't worth it to me. She is here. We need answers. As you get older, you learn to love with your heart and not with your eyes. You learn to love with your heart and you learn to love with your mind. You choose who you're going to love based on, just the qualifications. Like, are you a godly man? Are you an honest man? Have you learned from your mistakes? Like, those things are what matter to me. And yeah, so I think that you learn to love with your brain first and you decide, oh, this is like the type of person that I would like to be with and I would like to love, and then you love them. And I know that sounds real technical, but doing it just romanticizing about, just look up one day and I heard the birds chirping and I was in, look, come on, y'all, let's stop doing that. Let's stop doing that. Let's choose people based on some real stuff, some real solid stuff, and like stop letting our emotions get the best of us because we're flattered and it's butterflies and it's whatever. We put too much emphasis on that, and I never hear people saying that's what kept their marriage alive. Not that romance is not important. Sex, looks. I'm not saying that's not important, but again, I've never heard people say that that is why they stayed together. But I hear more people saying they stayed together because they communicated well, or because they chose a person of good character, or that person followed God and they knew how to submit themselves to God, so they submitted themselves in marriage and things like that. So that's why I say that. Yeah, she should go with dating the older guy, perhaps date others. That's what I said. There are not only two men out here. That's what I said. I was like, why you think that's all you got? But sometimes when people just be busy, it's like, who feels like going out there for, oh, let me go out there and get a man? It's kind of like if they don't show up, I'm just going to deal with what I got. So I totally get that, but not to a point to where you're settling. Because if you come to the realization that neither one of them makes sense, then bye bye to both of y'all. But I say give Odie but Goody another chance. Hmm, maybe she needs to start over with someone new. If she on here, she's not going to say her name because she did not want to reveal that. I hope I have not revealed too much. I'm gonna wait a little while to see if there was something on here that I didn't read. Um, I would just throw the whole man away. I would definitely throw that little baby away. He got to go. Rochelle, I forgive you for all caps, darling. My question is, if there's no chemistry, then why prolong the same situation? Okay, so Melissa, I understand that, but it wasn't that she was saying it was no chemistry. I think some guys just don't jump out at you like that. Like guys that's kind of pros and getting hoes, they do a little better with playing the whole they just do better. They do better with catching women and getting them and getting on in there and sweet talking and knowing how to say the right things and do the right things. They're just better at that than the guy who don't get a lot of exercise in that area. But the guys that don't get a lot of exercise in that area are the ones that probably made wiser choices. Maybe they were fearful, but whatever it is, I just feel like sometimes we don't give the quiet guys or the ones that kind of move a little slower or a little more laid back, we don't give them enough credit because we're so drawn away by the sweet, tall, dark, handsome, whatever, who knows exactly what to say. And I think Homeboy could have, Odie but Goody probably just fell by the wayside because he wasn't screaming swag or whatever. But when you sit down and you really calm yourself and look at it, she probably would see that, oh, you're a wonderful person, and then maybe he can open up and you can see parts of him that you didn't see before. That's just what I got to say. Um, Goo, what do you two have in common? You should insist they be real. I did insist that they be real. Otherwise, let's not talk. A godly man, I think, is key. Yes, I do believe that a godly man is key. But sometimes, and I don't know if other people have ran into this, but I've definitely ran into people that are really godly, and but they're not like they're underdeveloped in other areas, like career wise. They spent so much time on their knees, not enough in work, not enough in school, not enough developing their career, not enough developing social skills or anything like that. They can pray heaven down, but they can't keep a job. And I'm not knocking anybody, but I want somebody who is whole. Like I want somebody who is um, a little more versatile than that. You know what I mean? Because I'm not always in a prayer meeting. I'm not always in church. While that's very important to me, and the number one thing, it is not the only thing, because sometimes you have some people that are so educated in that area, they have not made time to grow in other areas. And actually, I believe that you are only a sum of all of your parts. So if your personality sucks, I'm not talking about people who are shy. I'm talking about if your personality, like integrity, character, if that sucks, then you still at a C minus. I don't care how much money you make. If you have a great personality but can't keep a job, C minus. If you know the Lord and can pray heaven down, but you can't keep a job, can't be stable, you know what I mean? It can't address those other areas in your life that you need to get together, then C minus. Like you're still only a sum of all of your parts, spiritually, naturally, physically, like all of your parts. So a lot of times I'm overweight. A lot of times, you don't give yourself a pass in some areas because, oh, I'm well spoken and I'm great, personality, until I'm not challenging myself to make sure I'm putting something in here. I'm challenging myself to make sure I'm not hating, and I'm not, being stingy or whatever. Like I want to make sure that all of my parts are, I'm growing in all of my areas, because you're only a sum of all your parts. And sometimes when people are really, really low in certain areas, they have a tendency to overcompensate. Excuse me, in other areas, because they feel like an imposter, I think. And so they're walking around feeling like they weak. And they're walking around feeling like they don't really have it all together. And so they have to project this overly, oh, I got it all together because look at my credit score, or I have it all together because look at how well I am, how educated I am. But that's just where you're strong at. What about where you're not naturally strong at? Do you challenge yourself to get an A plus in that area too? Do you challenge yourself to get an A plus in character and in physical development? Like, are you challenging yourself in every area, because you are only a sum of all of your parts? All right. Um, yeah, godly men can have flaws as well. We understand that everybody has flaws. Yeah, the ex is seasoned. He knows what he wants. The young buck got more maturing and cheating to do. Dana, we don't know if he's gonna cheat, Dana. Maybe she needs to start over with someone new. We said that already. Um, okay, amen. And I meant to say character. Um, yes, okay, godly men can have flaws as well. Yes, they can. So anything else? Are we saying anything else? I think that we gave quite a few opinions on here. I don't have to have a show that lasts 4 hours to get out what we want to say. I think we're kind of all in agreement here, and you guys had some good things to say, and it was fun. So I think we're gonna bring this Google show to a close. Let me check and make sure ain't no more comments. Y'all got anything else to say? Y'all better speak now or forever hold your peace, because the Google show will come to an end, and I mean an end. But yeah, make sure, decide what you want. That's right. Decide what you want, but sometimes it's good to hear other people's opinions and their perspectives, because it can cause you to think. Like hey Natasha, it can cause you to think. It can cause you to, it's worth the conversation. Like, oh, what do other people think? You know what I'm saying? And so sometimes, we could be feeling like something is just right because we've always done it that way. And then you hear the perspective of other people and you be like, oh, wait, is all those people think differently than I do? So that's why it's so important to just have an open the conversation to more than just your friends and your cousins and the people that look like you and talk like you and live where you live. Communicate and open it to all kinds of people, older people, younger people, people of different walks of faith, and just all kinds of, just open, of course, stand on what you believe as far as your core values, but open it up and hear what people have to say, because it's a lot of wisdom out there. And ask God to show you how to separate the wheat from the tare, and keep what you need to keep, and throw away what you need to throw away. But I think it's so important to have healthy conversations with people. And so that's what this was about. Happy birthday, Dana. Stream more often, Goo. Okay. What about heart? I don't know what that means. Are you saying that they should have heart? Be more clear, Rochelle. I'm a, somebody said, wait a minute. Oh, this, okay, wait. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. Wait a minute. Somebody said, there it goes. I'm gonna just say this and take my seat. Today's my birthday. Happy birthday, Dana. Everybody say happy birthday to Dana. So this was a Google show. I have a question. If you have ever been married, would you date a guy who has been? Baby, honey, I'm 41. Everybody has been married. Everybody got kids in my age. You just got to rightly divide. And I'm grateful actually to see to be able to date people that are fathers because I can see what type of father they are. I'm grateful to talk to someone who was married before, even though I don't believe in divorce, but for whatever reason that was their path and that was their, whatever. But when I talk to them, I can pick up whether or not they've learned um, from their past marriage. Yeah, so I look at those things as positives. Do you want somebody who got it wrong and now know how to get it right, or do you want to take a chance on somebody who never been in it in this thing? Give and take or whatever. So, or it can go either way. I've never been married. I've never had children, but most people my age have. So, folks that's 26 love to say they don't want people with kids and stuff like that. When you're 41, baby, everybody got kids. Everybody got grandkids at this point. Just choose the ones that have grown and have learned and that are showing you that, oh, he's a good father. Oh, she's a good mom, or whatever it is you're looking for. And so I look at it as an opportunity to see what they own. Um, okay, somebody retracted their message. If I Okay, happy birthday. Okay. Is he a gentleman? That's right. It's the person you're dating, a gentleman. Yeah, I mean, all that matters. Of course, I'm not sitting here going through my whole list, but that of course matters. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dana. I mean, you're welcome, Dana. What's your cutoff on a guy who has kids? Like one, two, three, four, five. Yeah, I don't really want him to have like a tribe called Quest. People have different strokes for different folks. I don't. I personally think that yes, I want kids. And yes, integrity is important. Um, I don't want nobody with 50 million kids. I just don't. I don't really like dealing with baby mamas. Baby mamas don't really, in my experience and some of the guys I've dated, it's just not good. They kind of got something against the new girl and the new girl who don't have kids, and that sort of thing. So it just be a little funny. And then you have people who, because she mad at him, don't have, she can't say nothing to my child. And I'm like, oh, okay. So from jump, I'm her enemy. From jump, I'm their enemy, and that kind of stuff. It just kind of gets crazy. Honestly speaking, I also don't want to date a guy whose money is going 4, 5 different places all over the world because he had, and that's again, hey, that ain't your, deal. Okay, fine, but I don't like when I feel like that kind of was spread a little bit, too thin. So we got to go over here and deal with this personality. Got to go over here and deal with this personality. Got to over here and deal with this personality. And I'm like, getting to know him is enough. I don't really, so I don't want to put a number on it, but I don't like a whole lot because it can just become chaotic unless they had them by one person or something like that. For my taste, it can become a little bit chaotic. Listen, we said we was ending a long time ago. Google the Windrush will be epic. You know what? I guess we'll see. I might just be real chill. You never know. Anyway, this is the Google show, and for real, I'm about to go this time. I love y'all. Thank y'all for chiming in. And to the young lady who DM'd me this question, I hope you got some good perspective and at least enough information for you to just have a good talk with God and with yourself and just make the right decision. All right. Good night.